I'll give the floor to Alfredo Mantica, Under Secretary for Foreign Affairs.
Good morning, everyone. I bring my greetings and I thank President Formigoni, Francesco Bandarin from UNESCO, and I thank you all for being here. On behalf of the government, I would like to congratulate myself with all of those who have organized this very intense program of debates and seminars at this second World Forum of UNESCO. It is with some pride, considering that I am an MP for Monza and Brianza, that the conference is held here, and I would also like to thank the local authorities. The UNESCO World Forum is a unique world opportunity to speak about themes that are at the basis of our cultural issues. It has the objective of developing and discovering the issues involved in the development of all of our cultural geniuses. We had the very good luck of welcoming the first forum, and I agree with President Formigoni, hoping that Monza will become once every 2 years the center for this meeting of the UNESCO Forum. We have taken the opportunity of this conference to speak about the future of writing. Secretary General of UNESCO Bokova spoke about this a couple of months ago, declaring that the global market is going through very deep transformation due to the continuous development and dissemination of the so-called e-books. Seeing how one of the most ancient forms of communication and dissemination of ideas, the book, which having a very misty future, really opens a debate, because the book does not only have implications in terms of paper or binding forms, but it has pedagogical, religious, sentimental, cultural implications. I really wonder what's going to replace the covers and the counter covers. But also there are many stories and many messages contained in them, something that deeply touches each and every one of us, but also it touches the world book industry, publishing industry, where it will have a deep impact. It will impact on all those who work in the industry, the authors, the readers, and we cannot leave this without discussing and investigating the ideas. I'm here also as a president of the Commission for the Dissemination of Culture in the World. It is a cultural responsibility that we have. Disseminating the Italian book throughout the world is a great responsibility, especially for a country which lives in the profound conviction that it is not perhaps the greatest industrial power in the world. Perhaps it will never be so, because the world evolves and changes. Maybe we have never been that. We will never be the greatest military power in the world, but we do have the pride and the duty to defend Italy as the greatest cultural power in the world. And this task is in part entrusted to the Ministry for Foreign Affairs. We have organized, we have set up a structure for this purpose. We have committed ourselves, and we still are committing ourselves to face this major change, because we have to promote the Italian culture and language throughout the world with the technologies that are offered us today. We have launched Esteri Cult, Foreign Cult, which is a platform open to everyone, open to all contributions, and it has been designed with operating features which are similar to Wikipedia or Facebook, because we want that to become a meeting point between the institutions and individual users who want to take part interactively to the promotion of the Italian language and culture throughout the world. This is a project that we are extremely proud of, and I think that we will speak about it throughout the conference at some point or other. So let's say that there is a very special attention for the development of digital and computer technologies by the Foreign Ministry. Our ministry has, longer than others and for many years, has received an award for the development of technologies in public administration. But to go back to today's forum, we cannot deny how, ever since it was established, UNESCO has developed programs and actions to encourage the book and to support national action. Many of these activities are based on partnerships between politicians, the main players in the field, and beneficiaries. This is a dialogue and a comparison that about 200 experts, starting from today, including scientists, publishers, writers, journalists, computer experts from all over the world, have come here to discuss the future of writing. The development of digitization is unstoppable. Most certainly it is so. It is a challenge against all ancient forms of writing and reading. It argues on the bookmaking system and the spreading of books in the ancient ways, but it most certainly does not wish to turn its back on the great changes that are taking place all over the world, and which are based on the new technologies which will give impulse to this change. And there are new issues that are opening up, and we will have to respond through a dialogue which must be open and global, which will allow all the parties involved to be heard and taken into consideration. A world that is changing rapidly and deeply, a world of participation and partnership, a world in which everyone wishes and expects to be a leading character. We need to show the dynamism of the cultural sector, which is not measured only through its GDP, but through the ability of transformation of society, of placing creativity as the source of its development strategy. Only the creative thought can establish what engine there is driving the rules of the game, stimulate the authors, provide adequate remuneration to their efforts. There are also new rules that have to be established to open forms of access, unprecedented so far, without temporal and geographical borders, and which will be more democratic towards education, science, and culture. So in pursuing UNESCO's effort, Focus 2011 can play a major role in creating connections and bridges between entities of different poles and different signs, and it will allow for the comparison of different ideas of the issues regarding books, the excellency of art, the centrality of the role of culture for a sustainable human development. This commitment and the work here is very large and very committing and demanding. So I wish all of you the best possible success on behalf of the Italian government.